Hello and welcome to another episode of Editors Speak. Today I want to talk about something that has become increasingly common in modern politics, not just in India but across the world. The rise of new political movement. Every few years, a new party arrives promising to change everything. It claims to be different from the old political class. It says it represents ordinary citizens. It promises honesty instead of corruption, transparency instead of secrecy, people instead of power. And almost immediately it captures public imagination, particularly the imagination of young voters. Now, there is nothing wrong with supporting change. In fact, democracies need new ideas. They need new voices. They need fresh thinking. But what concerns me is something else. By excitement before examination, by personality before policy. And that's where I believe we need to be very careful. Because politics is not about entertainment. It's not social media trend. And it certainly isn't a popularity contest. A country of 1.4 billion people cannot be governed through viral videos, emotional speeches, or catchy slogans. It requires something much more difficult, a serious vision. Think about it. Whenever a new movement emerges, the first question shouldn't be, do I like this leader? The first question should be, what exactly is the plan? How will jobs be created? How will the economic growth be sustained? What is the policy of healthcare, education, national security, agriculture, foreign affairs, and taxation, maybe also infrastructure? These aren't glamorous questions. They don't trend on social media, but they are questions that determine whether people prosper or suffer. And if a political movement cannot answer them clearly, then we should ask ourselves whether we are witnessing a genuine alternative or simply effective marketing. India has seen this before. Perhaps the most obvious example is the rise of Aam Aadmi Party. When the Aam Aadmi Party emerged from the anti-corruption movement, millions of Indians felt they were witnessing the birth of a new political era. The enthusiasm was extraordinary. Students volunteered, professionals joined campaigns, citizens donated money and time. The movement represented hope. But then came the difficult part, governance. The governance is very different from activism. Winning public attention and running a government are two entirely different challenges. One requires inspiration, the other requires administration. One requires passion, the other requires policy. Whether you believe Aam Aadmi Party ultimately succeeded or fell short is a matter of political opinion. But its journey teaches an important lesson. Building a movement is hard. Running a state is harder. And that is why every political experiment deserves scrutiny. Not blind support, not blind opposition, just scrutiny. Because history is filled with examples of movements that generated enormous excitement but struggled when confronted with the realities of power. Some became personality-driven organizations, some lost their original purpose, others simply discovered that governing is far complicated than campaigning. And that brings me to what I believe is the central issue. Democracy works best when citizens remain skeptical. Not cynical, not negative, just skeptical. Citizens should never outscore their thinking to political leaders, no matter how charismatic they may be, no matter how popular they become, no matter how attractive their promises sound. The moment voters stop asking questions, democracy begins to weaken. The real danger isn't the rise of any one political party. The real danger is the culture where symbolism becomes more important than substance, where slogans matter more than solutions, and where followers matter more than informed citizens, and where popularity becomes a substitute for competence. Young Indians, the Gen Zs, have more access to information than any previous generation. That is tremendous advantage. But it also comes with responsibility. The responsibility to verify, to question, to investigate, and to think independently. And above all, to remember that democracy is not a fan club. Political leaders are not celebrities. They are public servants seeking public trust. And trust must be earned, not assumed. So before embracing the next big political movement, the Cockroach Janata Party, perhaps we all should pause and ask one simple question. Are we supporting a vision or we are supporting a feeling because the future of India should be built on informed choices and not on emotional reactions. I'd love to know what you think. Should young voters be more open to new political movements, or should they approach every new political experiment with a healthy degree of skepticism? Let me know what are your thoughts and comments, and till then, keep watching the CSR Journal.